Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make an apple upside down cake. So this is going to be a cake that has a layer of apples put into the cake tin, and then it's going to be covered with the cake batter and baked in the oven, and then it will be turned out upside down so that the apples are on the top, and I'm going to brush those with a little bit of glaze. It's actually quite an easy recipe and it doesn't take too long. It takes a while to bake, and obviously you then want it to cool down before you serve it. And I start off by preheating my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. That's 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit. And I've greased a 9-inch, 23 centimetre springform pan, and I've actually lined the bottom with parchment paper as well, as I like to do. So that's all the preparation, and I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this I have 450 grams, which is just about 1 pound of apples, or sliced apples. So that's the weight after I have peeled and cored them and sliced them. 450 grams, and I've actually just put a little bit of lemon juice in the bowl that I can toss the apples in to stop them from oxidizing too much, but that really wouldn't matter very much, simply because we're going to bake them anyway. Then I have 200 grams. That's 1 1/3 cups based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup of plain flour. 200 grams, 1 cup of caster sugar. 200 grams, 14 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of unsalted butter, which is very, very soft and almost melted. I have 4 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA. And for information, the weight of those eggs are out of their shell is 203 grams. So again, about 200 grams. I have 11 grams, 2 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 grams, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 1/2 grams, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 5 milliliters, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 37 grams, 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and I have 40 grams, which is about 2 tablespoons of apricot jam, which I have also put into a bowl with about 2 teaspoons, 10 milliliters of brandy. That's because I'm going to warm that up and stir it through to make the glaze to go on the top. So that's all the ingredients, and the first thing we need to do is to make the cake batter, and for that we start off with the sugar and the eggs. So I'm going to put my sugar into a larger bowl, and then the eggs as well, and I'm going to whisk those for a good few minutes until they're nice and pale and have thickened up a little bit. Now you can do this by hand, but I'm going to use my hand mixer, and you could do it in a stand mixer as well if you wanted to. And so that's thickened up quite nicely, and I'm going to add in my vanilla extract at this stage and give that a quick whisk around. And then I'm going to put that to one side just for a moment while I put in my baking soda, baking powder and salt, into my flour. And you could sift this, but I'm not going to. I'm simply going to use a whisk to stir that around and get those ingredients mixed into the flour. And that's good enough. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about half of the flour into my egg mixture, and I'm going to mix that on a low speed. You can do it by hand, but I'm going to do it on a low speed with my mixer, and just stir that around. And with that almost mixed in, I'm going to take about half of my butter and put that in as well. And then I'll mix that in as well on a low speed. Then I'll add in the remainder of the flour, and again give it a mix. And with it almost mixed in, I'll add in my butter. I'll give this a mix again, but then I'll finish it off with my spatula, just to make sure that there's no pockets of flour lurking anywhere. And with the mixture almost combined, I'll just take the spatula and scrape around the sides of the bowl and turn everything over to make sure there's no flour that hasn't been incorporated, and I can see some there. And that's good like that. So then I'll just set that to one side. And I'll take my cake pan and I'm going to lay my apples in. And you can do this however you want, really. I'm just going to overlap them, going round the edge, and then fill in the middle as well. And with the apples laid in the tin, I'm going to take my batter and I'm going to put that over the top, and then I'm going to spread it out as evenly as I can. It will level itself off as it heats up in the oven. And with that fairly level, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of my brown sugar on the top. It will become the bottom, but I still want to have that little bit of extra sweetness. Just like that. I'm going to put that into the oven, and I'm going to bake it for 45 to 50 minutes until it rises up quite nicely and colours on the top, and a skewer poked into the centre will come out clean. It will be a little bit wet right on the tip, probably because of the juice from the apples, but once it comes out clean, I'll take it out of the oven, and I'm going to leave it in the tin for a good 15 minutes before I turn it out onto a wire rack. And then once it's on the wire rack and it has cooled down, I'll come back and glaze it and show you the results. I baked my cake for 46 minutes, and I tested it with a skewer and it seemed to be fine. So I took it out of the oven and I left it in the tin for about 15 minutes. It's still very warm, but I've turned it out, and this is what it looks like now. And what I've done is I've melted or warmed up my apricot jam with my little bit of brandy, and I'm going to brush that onto the top of the cake. And you can do this once it's cooled down if you want to, but I'm doing it while it's warm. And that's good enough like that, I think. And what I'm going to do, again, is entirely optional, is I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of my remaining brown sugar on the top as well. Now, my apples are quite sweet, they're Royal Gala. If you have a more tart apple, you can put some of the brown sugar, sprinkle it on the apple before you put the cake batter on the top. I didn't want to do that because I didn't need the apples to caramelise particularly. I like them just as they are. So that's the cake as it is. I'm going to leave that now and let that cool down, and once it cools down I will come back and we'll have a taste. So my apple upside down cake, or upside down apple cake, has now cooled down completely, and I've cut a slice out of it, and it looks very good. So I'll show you what it looks like. So it's baked up very nicely, I must say. It looks very, very tasty indeed. So I'll show you the slice which I've taken out. So I'll have a taste of this piece. That does taste good. The apples are lovely and sweet. I used Royal Gala, as I think I mentioned, which are a nice sweet apple. Didn't need any sugar adding to them. The cake is lovely and soft and has a nice texture to it as well. So that's going to be it for this recipe. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.